Hey y'all, a lot of y'all have been calling and texting me about the garden with all the rain, and every day that I've came home it's either been storming or dark and haven't been able to do a garden tour. So it's been over a week, so we'll go through and see what we got. My David Austin roses are about 4 foot tall now on both sides. All this is new growth. All that. You're probably not going to see a lot of things that are ready to be harvested for Father's Day. I went through the whole entire garden and got everything out that was ready to be harvested and took it to Dad for Father's Day because he likes cooking random stuff. So here's the tomato plants. We've got some saladette tomatoes that are getting ready. We got some cherries. I've been eating a bunch off of this one. This one is the chocolate sprinkles, and they look kind of funky. I don't know if you can see the swirl in them. These are, I have no idea because the tag's faded, but they look like that. I grew a bunch of different types because I wanted to see which ones I like the best, but because I did not have a UV pen, all of my tags faded, so I don't know what's what, so I just get to enjoy them and start over again next year. My onions, the storm did a number on a lot of things. My decorations are broke. I blew my windmill over, knocked my sign down. My potatoes, nothing really in here or there, that's all weeds. Gotta fix my sign. My asparagus bed, when the windmill fell, it fell on all that right there, so not quite sure what's gonna go on with all this, if it's killed any or if it's all gonna be okay. These are my zucchinis. They've actually lasted a lot longer than I thought they was gonna last. I mean, these leaves are pretty big, and the plants still look healthy in there. That is a squash. That one don't look so healthy as the zucchini. Trying to see if we have any coming in. I have one right there. It'll be ready in another day or so. This plant's not really looking good. I've started a couple more, so when these start dying, I'll take these out and put the new ones in so we can get another round of them. So this is called a beer trap. You're supposed to put beer in there, and the yeast smell will attract the slugs, and they'll go in that and basically, I'm assuming, get drunk and drowned. But you see there's a bunch of bugs in there with no slugs, but I have the slugs and the snails on the ground. So that trap don't really work that good. We have nothing on that. I picked a couple of these. Dad doesn't like zucchini, so I kept them there in the house. I put them in everything. I made zucchini bread and a couple other things. These are the pimento peppers and the random tomatoes. That's a tomato, that's a tomato, that's a tomato, but I think the storms pretty much killed them all, because this was healthy when I put it in the ground, and now it looks like that. But then you have one next to it that was healthy, and it still looks healthy, so I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. This marigold and that one leaning over right there, I'm probably gonna end up taking out. From what I read, the reason they got so big is because they got fertilized too much, which I haven't fertilized that much, but they're blocking everything. There's actually pepper plants underneath, so gonna have to take them out, maybe plant some more. That's about how big the other marigolds are, so compared to that, massive. Pepper plants are doing good, getting big. This is my hot banana. It is putting on a bunch, decent sized ones. This is the first year growing the hot banana. It's not that hot though, so they're pretty good. My red peppers are starting to turn red. There's a bunch in there. We'll make some crushed red peppers with those. There's still a ton of green ones on there. This is another pepper bed, and I'm so excited because my jalapenos are starting. So we will be able to do poppers soon. This is, I'm assuming another cayenne because my tag's faded. Maybe a couple bell peppers. Nope, this is a banana. Oh, this is a sweet banana. I have a tag on that one. So this is the marigold I'll probably have to take out. The storm knocked it over and it's actually coming up out the ground. But there is pepper plants underneath this one too, so probably have to take them out. A couple more tomatoes. There's one here. Got this one and this one. These are bigger tomatoes. This is a plant that has a tomato, but it's not doing too good. And on this tomato right here, it's scabbed over, so I'll let that grow on up and then I'll just cut that piece off when I'm processing it. This is my sweet potato bed. I don't know if it likes the rain. I know it likes the hot, so it is growing crazy. This is another pepper bed. These are chocolate bell peppers, chocolate bell pepper. There's two right there. And then this is a sweet banana. And then this is this is that frying pepper. This is called the Mad Hatter. This is actually one plant. Let me set it up. That's actually one plant that takes up that whole entire bed right there. There's two small ones on the side. I did not realize this was going to get big, this big. This is what the peppers look like. This is a hot pepper. This is the small pepper plant that we got a couple weeks ago at the Growers Outlet. It said it's good for pots, and I see why now, because it is taking over this bed. So I might have to try to move that one and the other two pepper plants down here in this free space. These are my jalapenos. Got a couple of them coming on. So they're jalapenos with no heat. And then we have a habanada right here, which is a habanero with no heat. I had 3 more, but those died. This is the Kajari melon trellis. And it is everywhere. We have a ton of melons on it. Every one of these little things are melons too that are coming up. We have some down there. There's one in the back. We have little ones right here, right there. I mean, they're just everywhere on this trellis. The back side. This is my first year growing these. These are the ones that are a mixture between a honeydew and a cantaloupe, taste-wise, is what I hear. I like both of those melons, so I don't think they're going to get much bigger than that one down there, which is, I mean, you can see how big this one is. From what I gathered, they may get maybe twice this size, so I have a really small hand. My bee balm has taken off and went crazy. My tomato plants, they really took a beating in this storm. I don't know if y'all can see this back here though. Let me get down here. This is like humongous. I mean, it's massive. We got a bunch of them right there. We got some more of them in there. some here. We're getting quite a bit of caterpillar damage. That's what all these holes are. And there's caterpillars there. I can't put anything on them, even organic stuff that I put on them. I can't put anything on them because of the rain. So it's just gonna get washed back off. So I just have to come out here when I can and hand pick the caterpillars off and just pray they don't do too much damage. This is probably my favorite cherry tomato so far this year. They just taste like sweet candy. They're so good. By far my favorite garden snack. But like this one that's laid over right here, this is what the storm's done. So these are not, they're tomato cages, but these tomatoes get way too tall for these. They're not ideal. They're actually ideal for pepper plants. So I will probably put a trellis like that where I do my tomatoes next year so I can stake them up, and I will use all these cages for all my peppers. We do have some pretty decent sized tomatoes in here though. Hopefully with it keeps falling over, it don't rot the plant or anything. You can see there's a bunch of cherry tomatoes all on the ground that was knocked off during the storm. This one's got a little tomato down there. These are more of those tomatoes, some of my favorites. This is what happens when it gets too much rain. They split. So, you can see how it's hanging over because that cage ain't doing nothing for it. Have to do better next year. These are my artichokes. They're getting pretty big. They're loving all this rain. This is my mini bell peppers, and these are the cutest stinking bell peppers I've ever seen. I have done harvested some and put them in a salad and in a taco, and they're so great. These are peas, sugar snap, that are supposed to be a great garden snack to eat out here. Me and Peyton both tried them. Peyton don't really like them. I think they're okay. Very crunchy. Okra's getting big. This is that the short squatty okra that I've heard a lot about. I do not like it. I just don't like it. I like to bake my okra, and I like them when they're like this and you can bread them up where they're skinny. The seeds are too big, so I don't really like them, and I grew 2 rows of them. So all those, the second wave is going to be these 2. So this one on the end right there and this one on the end right here are the only 2 of the ones that I actually like. So I'll try different recipes with these and see if I can figure out some other way that I might like them. But as far as baked, I do not like them baked. These are more bell peppers. That's going to be a green bell pepper. This is a peppercini. That's a peppercini. That's a peppercini. This is another peppercini. This is a shishito. These are a good like blistering pepper. I'll probably come out here and harvest some of these, and then this one's got something wrong with it. It's got some type of rot in it. I'm not sure if this is from the rain or what. It's my first year growing those, but I hear those are good to blister in a pan with some aioli and eat them. This is a big bell pepper. So this is not a mini, but we've got small bell peppers growing. We got 2 of them on that. My peas are about 3 foot high. There's a good onion right there. Getting big. We might get a couple little onions. I don't know. My precious sunflower. It did not make it through the storm. would have been so pretty. Look at all those heads on it. It just started opening up. We still got more down here that are opening. I could probably try to stake it up with something, but the storm got it, so it just lays like that now. These are my cucamelons. I did a little more research on these, so I found out they start off really slow, and then once they start going, they go crazy. So they're starting to get kind of crazy, and we're getting a bunch of them on there. Oh, look here, starting to grow. It'll probably get 2 or 3 times that size. I have to double check. This is the first time I grew these. I'm gonna do like a fridge pickle out of them. That's what they'll look like, and about 2 or 3 times that size. So I mean, not much bigger than that. And then you just do a little fridge pickle out of them. These are my 2 ground cherries. I put them in a couple weeks ago when they're starting to grow pretty good. My cucumbers, they're growing a bunch. I harvested this whole thing and took to Dad because he likes cucumbers, and I've got 4 that I need to harvest again. These are those beans that was covered in bugs, and I still haven't did research on them, but the rain has washed most of the bugs off, and they're somewhat growing. Still need to figure out what I want to do with them. I don't know if I want to try to save them or just pull them. My green beans, I'm still getting tons of green beans off of these. I just harvested everything to give to Dad. This side will probably be winding up soon, and that side's new. So I'll probably start some more so that when I pull these, I can put some more over here. Same with the bush beans. These will probably be winding up soon. Those are newer. And then I'll come back and put some more in here because they grow pretty fast. These are more tomatoes. And this is the Black Beauty tomatoes. Look at that swirl on them. So the more the sun hits them, the blacker they'll get. So that's why this one's black on top. If you come down here, it's green on the bottom because the sun don't get it. Same with this one. This one's about the palm of my hand. We have more tomatoes up here. These have got little blossoms on them, but no tomatoes yet. No tomatoes yet. Got some blossoms, no tomatoes yet. We got a bunch of cherries on these. These are the same way. Where the sun hits, they'll get super black. Tags faded. Don't know what those are. Here's another tomato. It has a bundle of them on it. Again, this is not ideal. These are not ideal. You'll want to trellis them up on some type of fencing like that over there. We'll try to do that next year. And then the best for last, the loofah. So sad news. The loofah that I hand pollinated died. The wind actually blew it completely off, and we found it on the ground. Good news is the one that we found over here is already this big. And the other good news is we have a new one growing. It's about the size of my hand. And Peyton saw another one. I can't find it. It might be this one right here. but I don't know if that one got pollinated or if it's fixing to die. So as of right now, we have the original big one, the new small one, and the one me and Morgan found. And I have been measuring this one and this one daily so that y'all can see how fast it grows every day. I'll do a short video on that where it's just the measurements of those every day. That's pretty much everything in here. So right here on everything, my yarrow is doing good. This was that cactus I got on sale for 50 cents. That was just this. It has grown all that. I don't know what that is because my tag faded, so I don't want to put it in the ground. This is my ginger. Don't know how good it's going to do with all the rain. It's been saturated. Random tomatoes. This is our State Farm pumpkin. I moved the horses today, so I'll go plant that out when I get done with this video. We've got some more sunflowers that can go in the ground. And we have another squash. None of these have germinated. The other only did 3 squash and only 1 germinated. Did 6 sunflowers, only 2 germinated. I have to get different seeds. Some of these are not going good. Doing good germination. This is that weird flower. It's got all these that are going to open up. They're very pretty. I have no clue what it is. This is my yarrow. It's wanting to flower. I haven't had time to do anything medicinal with that, so I decided to let it go to flower. These are all the oak trees. So far, the only one that's died is this one, and everything else seems to be doing good. My mom's. Iris opened up yesterday. She's growing. She's actually about double the size when I bought her. My roses have been opening up and doing fantastic. These are the Walmart roses we got. These were the Walmart roses we got. These were the Walmart roses we got. And these. This one has grown the most. This one's almost 5 foot tall. This is that tree we got at Esposito's. It has a blue and purple flower. So that will be flowering soon. These are all of our strawberries that we got together that we separated out and replanted. They're going crazy. This is some random kale that's not dead yet. I don't know how. They're growing pretty big in there. All the way up. So we'll use the shoots like this to fill the holes like that one. I'll go into another plant. This is Peyton's strawberry plant that she did, and we've got baby strawberries on it. With all this rain, I really need to fertilize, but with all this rain, I don't need to water anything anymore. So I'll wait till things dry up. There's a ton of stuff still in here blooming. My hibiscus has a bunch of new growth on it. This is the random flower thing. So I probably will not do flowers in these like this again. If I do, it's going to be all of the same flower, and it's going to be stuff that I start or I buy, so I can see how big the starts are from the get-go. These were all like bulbs and tubers and stuff that I put in, and they're just randomly coming up at different times. And I wanted this one and this one filled out. I'm not sure if I will do another herb one or not. I know Greenstock has a sale going on right now because they have a brand new color, which is called a Glacier Blue. And blue is my favorite color. And I think blue would look good up here, so I might try to buy one of those, and we'll move one of these maybe onto the porch, or I'll figure something out, but I think I'm going to get one of those. All these right here that I'm pulling out, these are gladiolas. I figured out what they was from what I bought. I'm going to pull them all out. I do not like them. I do not like how they lay over. They're very beautiful flowers, but when they lay over, there's cucumbers behind that, but it's choking it out. It's knocked over my other hibiscus tree, so we'll be taking all those out. I may actually do that here directly. My herbs are still doing fantastic. They're loving all this rain. Immense. Jesus banana tree, this baby's half the size of the actual banana tree. I'm probably going to pull it out of this and repot both of them and put this one in a bigger pot for him. All the, got a weed right here. All the things we got in pots are doing good. We'll probably bust this one up and bust this up. My lavender's growing. Smells good. This was the random planter. We have a couple small things. This is more basil. Again, I've pinched off the top, and so the two sides started growing out. I'll probably do this one in all herbs too, because I've been using the herbs a lot to cook with, so I'll put some more herbs in that. Again, we're probably not going to do these flowers like this again next year. We have all these. Not sure what this is, but it's starting to bulb out. It's some type of flower. We got those. I don't know if you can see back there. Those are all my lemon trees I started. There's some more lemon trees and mandarin trees and avocado trees, and those are my ginger pine cones. This is my other strawberry. Oh. The rain has got a bunch of them rotten, but it's doing pretty good. So I took up the loofahs that was right there, and I planted them over there. They don't like to be disturbed, so I'm not sure if they will live or die, but we will see. I never got out here to weed eat all this. It doesn't take long to do it. It's just been raining nonstop. But I'll get to that. We still have one growing there and one growing there. I'm hoping it is a pineapple. It looks like it's gonna be. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is my compost bin that I've been throwing stuff in. And I dug in here yesterday and looked. We've got some really good soil. I'm just letting it compost down even more, and I will put this in the beds next summer or spring. So just keep letting it break down. We have some of these blooming. These were what we got from the Growers Outlet. That one's fixing to bloom. So we got a purple, a yellow. I don't know what color that's going to be. Don't know what color that's going to be. This one is orange. So I can't remember what those were. But I know it was a multicolor pack. Nova has a limb that she's playing with over here. Okay, stick. Stick. This grapevine is doing good. It's going crazy. My owl fell. You have to fill them with dirt or water, and you put the little plug in, and we can't find the plug. So I got to figure out something to do so I can put him back up. Grape update. We've got a couple in there. Something's ate one of them. And down in here, we got a bunch of them. Blueberries need to be harvested. I've been trying to harvest them every day when weather's permitting. I've been making homemade blueberry muffins with these. You can freeze them, and then Cheese and Payday eat them for breakfast, and they are fantastic. My blackberries, oh, we got a bunch on the ground. I got a bunch that needs to be picked. Sad news, y'all. My plum, the only plum in this whole entire tree, got knocked out of the tree in the storm. I did find it. It was ripe enough to eat. And that was the best plum I've ever ate in my entire life. But that was the only one. So I think we're gonna have to wait till next year before we gain more plums. Peach tree, like I said, I don't think it's gonna do anything. That's the same size peach. Same size peach and same size peach. I don't know what happened. Not sure on that. My apple tree is throwing off the last few apples. I'll come pick these up when this video's over. There's not very many left in there. Maybe 10, 15. I've made close to 2 gallons of applesauce, and I've now started making apple pies with some of them. You have to use green apples, but I use green apples in some of these apples. My hydrangeas are looking beautiful. Getting big. And as far as all the rest of the fruit trees, they're about the same. Ones that are dead are dead. The ones that are growing a little bit. Down here, finally got to mow today. Horses are moved, so we will plant out the State Fair pumpkin right here. The watermelons are all growing up. I'll come and pull weeds in between them when I get off. I mean, they're about 6 inches. They're not super big, but they're big enough. This is my mandarin tree that's actually growing. And then right there is, I think this is, yeah, cantaloupes. So I have to pull the weeds around that. But that's pretty much the update on everything. And I did not bring Lola out today. I was trying to get everything done because I did not know if it was going to rain again, and I had to mow and I had to move horses. So Lola can't tell you bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye.